a service of CNC Worldwide.
The Daily is a service of CNC and Jib Jab greetings. I'm Bud Lowell. Your full AccuWeather forecast is always on top right here on your CNC local page. The first-of-its-kind June primary election in New York has set up a first-of-its-kind political campaign for the Empire State. Two women will face off for a seat in the United States Senate, Democratic incumbent Kirsten Gillibrand and attorney Wendy Long. She won the Republican Party nomination by a wide margin over Nassau County Comptroller George Maragos and Congressman Bob Turner. Long, who also has the Conservative Party line, took about 60% of the vote. As it turns out, Gillibrand and Long both went to the same university. Both are married, both have two children. Long likes to comment that this takes the gender factor out of the race. Gillibrand is widely favored to win, as New York is a blue state. She has nearly $10 million in campaign funds already in hand and a 54% voter approval rating in a recent poll. Only about 82,000 of more than 3 million enrolled Republicans in New York State voted in Tuesday's Senate primary, despite robocalls and other attempts to get voters out and alert them to the unusual primary date. There is good reason to believe many of them just may not have been aware of it. New York traditionally holds its primary elections in September. This unusual June primary was set by a federal court judge when New York's top legislators couldn't agree on a redistricting plan for the state's delegation to the U.S. House of Representatives. And speaking of the Congress, two House seats in the Rochester region now have their candidates set through Tuesday's primary. Former Erie County Executive Chris Collins will be the Republican to challenge incumbent Democrat Kathy Hochul in the 27th District, which runs between Rochester and Buffalo. Iraq War veteran David Bellavia was beaten by nearly 3-1. And to the east, three Democrats went head-to-head in the newly formed 23rd District for a chance to challenge Republican Tom Reed in November. Tompkins County legislator Nate Shinagawa beat attorneys Melissa Dobson and Leslie Danks Burke for the nomination. And that district covers much of New York's southern tier. Republican Reed is from Corning. The town of Webster will publish its final assessment roll this coming weekend, and it will not include a reduced assessment on Xerox Corporation's property in the town. Xerox asked for the assessed value on three large parcels of land it owns in Webster to be dropped from nearly $81 million to $22 million, and that's a drop of close to 75%. The town declined, with Supervisor Ron Nesbitt saying it would unfairly shift the tax burden to homeowners and to other business owners. Once the final assessment roll is published, the only way to get an adjustment under state law is through the courts, and Xerox has said in the past it will go that route. The company has manufacturing facilities including a toner plant, research labs, and a brand new call center in Webster. Wednesday is National HIV Testing Day. State Health Commissioner Nirav Shah is urging New Yorkers to be tested for HIV, the virus that causes AIDS. Dr. Shah says 1 in 5 New Yorkers with HIV doesn't know they have it. He says an estimated 130,000 New Yorkers currently live with HIV/AIDS, and nearly 4,000 more cases are diagnosed each year. Commissioner Shah says early detection means an early start on treatment when it's most effective in preventing the infection from becoming AIDS. Under state law that took effect in September of 2010, HIV testing must be offered to all persons between the ages of 13 and 64 whenever they receive hospital or primary care services. On this page, you can find links to these and other stories. At the bottom, links for you to use. They're in that gray band on the bottom. You can directly post your news updates, sports, salutes, whatever, directly to us. Next news as it happens, updates when necessary. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.